Hey, welcome to a brief video about the idea of homeostasis. Today, we're going to be learning about one of biology's most important concepts, how your body keeps itself balanced and healthy. Look at your notes page and make sure you have today's date written down. We'll be covering 12 key vocabulary terms that explain how your body automatically maintains stable conditions. Our lesson objective is to describe the mechanisms of homeostasis by outlining the components of feedback systems that maintain internal balance within living organisms. By the end of the lesson, you'll understand how your body acts like a sophisticated control system. Homeostasis is your body's ability to maintain stable internal conditions. Think of it like your body's internal thermostat and control center working together. Your temperature stays within healthy ranges around 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Your blood sugar levels remain balanced even after you eat. Your internal environment stays relatively constant through automatic responses that keep your body functioning properly. Notice how the pancreas regulates blood glucose and how a thermostat regulates room temperature. Both of them use similar feedback mechanisms. A stimulus is any change in your environment that affects your body. It's something that triggers a response from your homeostatic mechanisms. Stimuli can be temperature changes, bright light, or pressure on your skin. Your body's sensory systems detect these changes and they cause your self-regulating biological processes to activate. Look at the diagram showing how a temperature stimulus moves through a feedback loop, from detection to response. Receptors are specialized structures that detect environmental changes. They respond to specific types of stimuli and they send signals to your control center. Receptors are found throughout the human body and they represent the first step in any feedback loop. Notice how receptors are widely distributed. Some of them gather information from your skin, muscles, and joints, while others monitor your internal organs, your blood, and your bodily fluids. Here you can see the different types of receptor structures. Free nerve endings detect basic stimuli, while specialized receptor cells sense specific stimuli like sound or light. Each type sends information through sensory neurons to your brain and spinal cord. Effectors are body parts that carry out responses to restore balance. These include your muscles, glands, and other organs. Effectors receive signals from your control center and they make changes to restore balance. They represent the final step in your feedback system. The diagram shows how sensory input travels to your spinal cord, gets processed, and then output signals travel to the effector muscles and glands. Thermoreceptors are special receptors that detect temperature changes. They're located in your skin and in your hypothalamus region of your brain. These sensors detect both hot and cold conditions, and they send temperature information to your brain. They're really important for body temperature regulation because they help you respond to both external weather and internal heat production. Your control center is the part of your body that processes information from the receptors. It decides what response is needed by comparing current conditions to normal, healthy ranges. Control centers are located in your brain or your spinal column, and they send instructions to appropriate body parts. Think of them as your body's decision-making headquarters. Your hypothalamus is a brain region that controls body temperature. It acts like your body's main thermostat, receiving information from temperature receptors throughout your body. The hypothalamus decides when cooling or warming responses are needed, and it controls many other homeostatic body processes, including hunger, thirst, and sleep cycles. Afferent signals are messages traveling toward your control center. That's afferent with an A. They carry information from body receptors and report current body conditions through sensory nerve pathways. Efferent signals, that's efferent with an E, notice how it's pronounced differently. Efferent signals are messages traveling from your control center to body parts. They carry instructions and tell effectors what to do through motor nerve pathways. Think afferent approaches and efferent exits the control center. Negative feedback is a response that opposes the original change. In biology, negative feedback is usually a good thing because it brings about stability. Negative feedback is the most common type of regulation in your body, and it returns conditions back to normal ranges. Like a thermostat in your house, negative feedback maintains stability and body balance. When your temperature rises, your body responds by cooling down. When your body temperature falls, your body responds by warming up. Positive feedback is a response that amplifies or makes the original change even bigger. It's less common in body systems, and it can be dangerous if it's not controlled. The classic example is childbirth contractions that are increasing in strength until the baby's born. Notice how each contraction stimulus leads to more hormone release, and that causes a stronger contraction in a building cycle. Dynamic equilibrium means balance is maintained through constant small adjustments. Small changes happen all the time, and your body continuously makes minor corrections. This isn't perfectly still or unchanging. It's an active process that requires continuous inputs of energy. Like molecules moving back and forth across a cell membrane, the overall concentration stays the same, even though individual components are constantly moving. For your exit slip, choose at least one of these questions to answer. They test your understanding of feedback systems components. The hypothalamus is a control center, comparing negative and positive feedback and explaining why humans can't detect ultraviolet radiation damage as effectively as temperature changes. Write your answer in the summary section of your notes. And remember, homeostasis is your body's remarkable ability to maintain balance through sophisticated feedback mechanisms working automatically every second of every day. Until next time, happy learning.